Oh, hey guys, this is Mike again. I thought I'd just create a short video going over the different classes that we race here at APR. There are 11 classes now, and what I'd like to do is give you a brief description of every class and go over the rules briefly. But I can't stress enough, please go to apr.boards.net to get a complete list. So I guess I'm going to start here with the bracket class. That's what we're looking at now. This is actually the newest class. 2 months ago, we had 10 classes. For the past 2 months, we've had 11 classes, and this is the new one. It's already gained a bunch of traction now. I think that behind basics, this is now the largest class. So briefly, the rules are the car has to weigh between 5 and 6 ounces. The rear wheel has to be 7.5 inches or less from the nose of the car, and the car can't be more than 3.5 inches wide. You can see that most people build these cars out of a model, but that isn't required. If you look at that black truck, that's Mojo's black truck, and that's all wood. The key to this class is to try to tune a car that will run a 2.995 on a 4-pass average without going under. If you go under, it's a breakout class, you're disqualified. This is the only class that the cars can exceed 143 grams. Every other class I'm going to show you, the cars must weigh 143 grams or less. So the next class is unlimited. Here are the unlimited cars. These will be the fastest cars that you'll see race today. The car can't exceed 7 inches in total length. This class allows razor wheels and bearings. I think you'll see times as fast as maybe a 2.850 in this class. These are the street stock cars. As you can see, aerodynamics are permitted, so fenders and air shields are the norm. This class is really similar to Mid-America. The only difference between the two classes is street stock has a 1.6 gram wheel weight requirement, so the wheel has to weigh at least 1.6 grams. Mid-America has no minimum wheel weight requirement, so that is really the only difference. Here are the pure stocks. Again, aerodynamics are permitted. The wheel in this class has to weigh 2.4 grams or higher. The trick to this class is you have to make the stock wheelbase. In other words, if you were to go into a Boy Scout store and you were to buy a Pinewood Derby kit, you open it up, you pull it out, the block of wood's going to have slots in the bottom for the axles. If you were to measure those slots, you'll find that the slot in the back of the car is 7/8 of an inch from the rear. The front slot is 4 3/8 of an inch in front of that. You have to maintain that in this class. Next up is Pro Stock. This class has no minimum wheel weight requirement and only 3 wheels are required. One more thing I should mention is this class, and I think it's the only that you can run a flat-sided wheel. In other words, the lettering on the outside of the wheel doesn't have to remain. The winning car today might run a 2.904. So here are the minis. I don't think that it requires a lot of explanation why these are called minis. The car can't exceed 4 inches in length. This is actually a mini basics class. The wheel requirement is the same as it is in basics and the same as it is in pure stock. The wheel has to weigh 2.4 grams and no aerodynamics are permitted. I think that Jay and Dan, I think those guys might push like a 2.970 in this, and probably one of the two of those guys will win this class today. So we've finally made it up to Mid-America. I mentioned it earlier when we were discussing the street stock because the only difference in this class, Mid-America and street stock, is the wheel weight requirement. Mid-America has no minimum wheel weight requirement and street stock has a 1.6 gram minimum wheel weight requirement. I think that the winning times in this class might be a 2.906 or 2.908 in that range someplace. Here we have the fat wheel bearings. This is basically a basics car, but bearings are permitted. The winning car in this class today will probably run like a 2.912. Eliminator is very similar to the unlimited class that we talked about earlier. Unlimited allows bearings. Eliminator does not. I think, the fast guys in this class will run a 2.870. This is basics extreme. This is like basics, but you can use air shields and there's no minimum wheel weight requirement. Dan really ran well in this class last month. I think he might run a 2.917, 2.918 today, and that should win it. The last of the 11 classes is basics. I'd imagine it got its name because it's a very simple build. You don't have to put the fenders together. You don't have to do air shields. Put a 7-inch car together with 2.4 gram wheels, put it down the track. I expect the winner of this class today to run somewhere between a 2.942 and a 2.944. Okay, guys, that's it. Go to the website and check out the rules. Or feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. Okay, I hope that was helpful.